And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my.
All right, howdy how, party people of the train. All right, let's go over this. First of all, for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I got early high. Friday, early low. Okay? Wonderful. Now, let's look at this. All right, first of all, SPX. This is Powell coming up, pop, ooh, and then we ran back up. 1 hour setup is really nice. However, this is pretty shallow. See what I mean? Comparatively. All right, so there's a nice setup on the 1 hour. I got a few levels here. I think for next week, the lowest we could see is, and this is a level here that we want is 4317. We might not go that low, but definitely have a chance of seeing 4330 or a little bit lower. Why? Because that is the June low, and if we in fact are going to have a Head and Shoulders, that's a little bit odd because it's really broken up here, but let's just entertain the thought that this level that also hit there on Thursday is the top. Then we definitely want either a double bottom here, but since we have that Friday from last week even lower down there in the 430s, I would think that early in the week we could see that down here, which would satisfy the Head and Shoulders pattern and then go up. Now, we got a lot of data this week. How will I be playing this? I will be focusing on futures, you know, Sunday, Monday, maybe even Tuesday, until I see direction. I do not want to sit in any chop, but I do want to catch the counter move. We also have the full moon on Wednesday, and it is a special full moon according to many sites. And then next, and in a month we have the fall equinox, okay, which is a huge deal. And not only that, and that's going to be on the 23rd. Anybody who knows that this, and especially this day, for some odd reason, are very important trading days, and usually to the upside. Okay, now, are we gonna go lower in September and October? Yeah, very much so. However, I still think that if not this level that we missed last week, which is very close to the 89 MA, which could still go up, I would still want to see 4,500 before a crap, because obviously this move here was very choppy and had no follow through. We still need to retest higher. That is my opinion. Can we go lower before? Yes, we can also start out by going higher and then crap out. I will show you what I think, why I think it's going to be, you know, we might see a little bit lower prices on Monday and then go. Okay. I'll circle back to that. The best setup all around, I remember I said 215, and we actually got to 211, and we've gone up ever since. Has it been choppy? Yeah, but look at this daily setup on Tesla right there. So up, it's got the setup, right? It's almost got the setup except for the MAs because they're lagging here on the daily. And Apple is the same. Ooh. Oh man, no. Here, Apple is the same. I pull it up. Okay, Apple has a sweet setup on the daily as well. Right there. Got some green divs. MA is lagging. So there, Apple also has this gap here. I would not put past the market filling this gap here on Apple before crapping out. Okay? And again, I told you last week that one of the best traders I know said to me a week ago that there's no way SPY closes under, QQQ closes under 357 this year. And he's still right. So let's see. Obviously, QQQ on the daily has, it's been, the tech sell-off has been pretty brutal. So it has upside. All right, now, Friday. Let's just recap quickly. Friday. Who is texting me? Someone. Okay, wonderful. Friday, right? Powell, boom, chop, chop, chop. Big move at the end. However, there is nothing under the hood on that move, which again tells me, even though I said the QQQ is going to 364, right? And where did we, see, boom, okay, magic. And that was off the lows, by the way. So as you see, there's no dark pool. This is all flow. Okay, this is all flow. So therefore, I'm thinking we retest lower. And I don't think that move is correct. No. All right. See, there was no dark pool for this move. It was all flow. Friday, 0DT is weekly's closing, easy to manipulate. As you can see, since Bank of Japan news, they've been straight selling from here. However, as you can see this week, they're not straight selling, they're holding it here. Okay, very, very telling. Keep that in mind. Obviously, I'll be watching UK, Germany, and China for futures. Okay, I'm trying to nail a few days moves here, and then later I'll tell you why on futures. The 10-year yield still absolutely red hot, and for all new people, you want to have a line here at 3.886. That is the magic line. Market will fly underneath. There's the trend line that we're also above. None of this is good, and this is what, the whole Jackson Hole symposium was pure dog shit, in my opinion, obviously. They are now setting this up for the September hike probably, and then, October or November pause. There's a real problem here, and that is that these mortgage rates are elevated and high on crack, Obviously can't say fentanyl because no one in America wants to talk about that, which is a huge problem. This is way too high, and the market long term will not like it. The economy will not like it. The Western world will not like it. And this is just failed economic policy. And again, we know that inflation is not down from 9 to 3%. I mean, who are we kidding? We're still bleeding whenever we go shopping. The VIX had that pattern, then boom, up here, fell down. All right, I'd keep an eye, is this a double bottom, or are we gonna go down to this rock wall right here? I'll be looking for Bitcoin as a leading indicator this week, something tells me. Obviously on the Dixie, we did not get the head and shoulders, it flew up, so look for a W or a Batman M pattern here. If the Dixie is going up this week, do not even entertain buying calls. I know there's a lot of, BRICS news, and the dollar's under threat. Yes, short term, not at all. It's still Big Daddy, and in January, those new countries are going to be joining BRICS, like Saudi Arabia and Iran and all that. It's a lot of countries who the United States does not want to be allies with each other. So things are changing on a geopolitical, or in the geopolitical landscape. The tick, whatever. Okay, so to recap, still possible head and shoulders, but I don't think it's gonna go way lower, because again, since we didn't crap out and they saved it Friday, I don't think we're heading to 412 yet. I think that will be the low of October. And I'd be looking sometime this week for a ripping rally. What could it be? Well, I'll show you what. All right, so we got Monday, nothing huge. We got Dallas. We got the economic data all around the world. Okay, going to be a lot of futures things. So one could be JOLTS. Okay, coming out on a Tuesday. CPI does not come out until September, even though it should come out this week, but it's not. We got German inflation data, or Europe, but then core PCE adjustment. But the big one this week, besides China numbers and European numbers, are going to be core PCE. Okay, Wednesday, August 30, day of the full moon. Very, very, very possible that we absolutely rip. I don't like Collins. Like, what are you got? Why do you even need to speak, lady? Come on, get off the stage. I don't want to say come on, man, but I'm going to say come on, man. And then we got non-farm payroll on Friday. That could also send this if the numbers fit that narrative. The NAMO, again, I said the same setup has played out. Had that pullback, can still go higher, way higher. Same setup as basically here or here, can go higher. RSI says the same. Here we have a really nice setup on the daily. We hit that trend line. Good Monday, probably fake breakdown and then go and then rip maybe up to there, I'd say to 4,500. Over that, everything changes. We had some but we still haven't had, we're still range bound in this downtrend, and now we're consolidating here to see if the bottom is somewhere here, which I presume it is after this horrendous sell-off. That was no fun at all. As far as the risk of the market, it's still at 274, which is elevated. Then we have this other chart that's really awesome. We're in risk off territory, which means puts. But usually, as you see, when this pops, it backtests at least backtests the risk line, and sometimes go into risk on. So that is this snapback rally I'm looking for, especially on individual tickers. I will continue to do the 5% challenge, and as you can see, it freaking works. How awesome is that? And I see people using it to trade, so I'll be doing that Monday, Tuesday, before I kind of get my feet wet then and try to catch that full moon. I'm not going to look at the seasonal chart because it has not been tracking as of late, so I'm not going to get married to it at all. And then as a nugget at the end, I had dropped some hints about another thing I'm doing on the moon trend, which is this full moon circle. What is full moon circle? The biggest, most important thing in trading is the psychology and the mental aspect behind it, and knowing yourself when to trade and when to not, and trying to learn from your mistakes and implementing that. So what I'm doing is I'm putting together, this is not for people outside the moon trend, this is only for moon trend riders. What this is going to be a 1 time per week Zoom call where we get together. We're going to discuss whatever anyone needs to talk about regarding trading, whether it's why am I over and over and over and over again sitting in crappy price action when I know I shouldn't, You know, how can I get to a mind frame where I only trade the setup? Okay, we're gonna share ideas, but mostly talk about how to specifically make you into the trader you want. And this is the type of, you can't, you know, how long is your wife gonna want to hear about moving averages and I'm gonna catch the next move and this and that. So this is for people who really want, and there's limited spots only. I'm gonna drop a link in the membership thing. This is only for people who want to take it to the next level mentally and regarding the psychology behind trading. Okay, still gonna be doing everything regular in the moon trend. So again, let me hammer home the point. This is for people who really want to get to the core of who they are as a trader. Okay, it's probably gonna be on Sunday afternoon Eastern. We're gonna get together every week, an hour on Zoom, cover a bunch of topics, prepare ourselves mentally for the week ahead, talk about what worked and what didn't work last week for you specifically. You can share, the other members of the circle can have input. It's going to be like a brotherhood. And how cool is that? Because the Moon Train is so much more than a Discord page for a lot of people. There's a lot of awesome people here. So again, if you want to explore the next level, this one is for you. And I'll drop more info about it. One thing that I also wanted to say, keep an eye on oil because of that refinery fire, the third largest one in the US, that's gonna affect oil. Keep an eye on the banks this week, specifically KRE. And I saw that Rite Aid might be filing for bankruptcy, and we saw what happened to Yell when they did. And TradingView really needs to get their shit together because AMC is not $12. Okay, with that, love yourself, love your family. Ease into this week. There's gonna be plenty of move. I mean, non-farm payroll, JOLTS, and Wednesday. Okay, I'll see you on the train. We're right again at dawn.